Hey everyone, it's Jeff Ramos from GameCulturalist.com. Today I want to talk to you about a really interesting article I read over at Wired.com about the need for exercise ratings in video games. The article was written by a man named Paul Ballas, who is a child psychiatrist. He proposes that, much like the way we have ratings for video games to let us know how appropriate they are for specific audiences, there should also be a rating in video games that tell us how much physical activity is involved, which is an incredible idea. In the same way that game ratings let parents know how appropriate their game is for their children, an exercise rating could let parents know how appropriate a game is, compared to their child's physical ability and their health, which is really great. There's a really diverse amount of children in the world. Some of them are physically fit, some of them are physically disabled, or some of them, unfortunately, may be out of shape or obese. And I think this idea would be great and something that parents could leverage to not only choose games that are appropriate in terms of content, but are appropriate in terms of the amount of physical activity they would like their child to partake in. Another great point Paul makes is that games should have labels on them to let them know what the suggested minimum caloric intake should be, which is really good too, because if parents and children and other gamers know how many calories a game may burn, at the same time they should know the amount of calories they should be intaking before engaging in this physical activity, and in that way that could be partnered with initiatives to create more healthy living, healthy eating lifestyles. And if you can partner something that people like and children love, which are video games, and then partner that with the ideas of healthy living and healthy eating, I think in tandem they can work together to create a way for people who are not necessarily healthy to actually get engaged and get involved with being healthy. I think if we can take the idea of healthy living and healthy eating and partner that with the ideas of how games are very competitive and they show ways that progress goes throughout games, I think if we use all these things in conjunction, we can really build a healthier lifestyle out of the games that we play. And I think Wii Fit was a good start. It was really cool. It gave you different ideas of routines. It showed your progress throughout a timeline. And that's what gamers like. Gamers like to see their work go into progressions, and to some degree. And I think with the newer systems like the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 getting their own sort of controller similar to the Wii, I think the entire industry now has a responsibility, really, to start thinking about these ideas together and sort of thinking of ways that they can leverage what they have in terms of users and install base, and making it their responsibility to say, listen, we understand that we're taking gameplay to a new level, we're taking the input devices to a new level, and just like every good workout routine, like DVD or anything like that, says consult a physician before engaging in any physical activity. I think in the same vein that the video game companies developing these devices and games should be responsible about what they're expecting their users to do. So lastly, I want to know what you think. I want to know, have you ever played Wii Fit? Are you excited about the PlayStation Move and the Xbox 360 Connect? Have you considered what in your diet and your exercise level in terms of the games? There's a lot of other interesting arcade games that do the same thing, like Dance Dance Revolution, which also has home versions. Those games are really popular, and I think for some people it really is a mix of physical activity and progression and completion that games deliver. And I think as technology progresses, we can start coupling those things more and more and more. And I'm interested to see what people think, if there's any ideas of games that they could envision, if there's any games that already exist that they really like. I'd really like to know that. And as always, if you're checking out this video elsewhere, you can go to the website that's listed right down here and send me a comment, sign up for the mailing list, or just find other ways to connect with me. And yeah, I'd like to hear what you think. See ya.